I don't see the view, man. I don't know where he at. He ain't pick up the phone. We got an interview with Chris, man, the creator of Bassforce and Charity Girl, and this man's not even here. I don't know what he's doing, man. He never showed up. This time he ain't pick up the phone. I haven't heard from him all week, man. I'm wondering what he's doing.
It's a parade inside my city, yeah. It's a parade inside my city, yeah.
Floor.
It's a parade inside my city, yeah.
All right, welcome back to the hood. Welcome back to Chill on the Green Box with Specks, Thompson, and The View. And the crazy part about this one, The View always talking about, going to Comic-Con. He never been. And Chris has a book, a Kickstarter out now at a comic book convention. And The View decided to go to the comic book convention and mix this show. So it's just crazy. I don't know what his deal is with this one, but hey, man, let him do his thing. But appreciate you coming on anyway, though, Chris.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. So, for the people who don't know, man, tell the people who you are and what you do.
I'm Chris Thomasma. I'm the writer and creator of Bassforce and Charity Girl. The one I'm running Kickstarter for right now is called Adventures of Charity Girl. And, yeah.
Okay, man. So, let me turn my phone off. So, are you familiar with the green box, electrical green box in front of the neighborhoods?
No, I'm not familiar with that.
All right, so back when I was growing up, and some people, I think it's a regional type of thing. I've been talking to several guests, and so I think it's a regional thing. So I think it's like more of a southern thing, probably. But it's just green electrical boxes that's sitting like on the side of the streets. Then everybody in the neighborhood, they would like chill at it, sit down and talk to each other and stuff like that. So it's like a hangout spot, in neighborhoods. So like this show is basically us hanging out, talking and whatnot, different from other shows where, people, they get on and talk 2 hours about the Kickstarters or whatever. But in return, this show is meant for people to know who you are, so they'd be more interested in supporting you in whatever you're doing. So
that sounds cool.
Yeah. So I developed like 4 different segments of questions that some that I came up with, and some that you sent to me beforehand. I just formulate questions around it. But like one of the segments is called Breaking It Down. And like I said, you'll sit down and talk with your friends or whatnot about different things. And you'll break stuff down, concepts, ideas, there's stuff going on. So with my first segment, I'm gonna break your brain down so people know, more about you. So you ready?
Oh, that sounds fun.
Hey, it is, man. I try to make it fun, man.
Yeah, I like podcasts that are fun.
All right. So my first question for you: what's the best Wi-Fi name you have ever seen?
That's a hard one because there's so many great Wi-Fi names out there.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I don't really remember them. Like, I'll say a Wi-Fi name. I'm like, oh, that's funny, but then I forget about it.
Yeah. The one that I always remember when somebody had one that said, "Go get your own damn Wi-Fi."
That's funny.
Yeah. And I think I was like, I don't know, was I in college? I don't know, I was maybe a park complex somewhere. But there's a lot of people, so you see all different names, and that's one of the strongest signal was that one. Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah. What's yours? Yours is your basic name.
Let's see what it is.
Uh-oh. You forgot yours too, huh?
Yeah, this is a basic one that says like next year or something.
Oh, okay.
Nothing really creative.
All right. Well, if I go to the next question then, what's the most delightful hotel you have stayed in on vacation or just going out of town in general?
I always like to say the Marriott's because they like give you free breakfast and all that.
Oh yeah.
But like, there was one we went into in like Chicago, where like it had a really nice window, like 2-sided windows, so you can see like almost like the whole city. But I forgot what it's called. So that's a good hotel to stay at.
Yeah, I've been in one. I think I was in Detroit. I can't remember. But
oh, nice.
The bathroom mirror in like the bottom left hand corner, they had a TV built into it. It wasn't like the screen was like part of the mirror. So like the image of the TV was
Wow.
coming through the mirror. And that was dope.
I bet that was.
Yeah, that was real dope. Since then I never seen it again, but I always remember like, man, that was dope. Like that was real dope.
Yeah, I didn't know that they can put like a TV in a mirror before.
I don't know how that even works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That must be really expensive.
Yeah, I forgot what kind of hotel we was at. I don't know, that was a DoubleTree. Maybe it was a Hilton. I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember. But it's one of the hotels that was right beside the casino, so that probably explains everything.
Oh yeah, that explains a lot.
Yeah. All right. What's something you find soothing?
See?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I like the sound it makes when like you get a pop can and you open it. I like that sound a lot.
Oh, that sound.
Oh yeah. That's one of the best sounds you can hear.
Oh, you know you about to drink something good, you know? You know what comes next.
Yeah. So I really like that sound.
Yeah. I don't know if I have any soothing sounds. I don't know. I mean, I put on some lo-fi music, you know. I guess that's soothing. I just instead of being background noises, it's just like I guess a calming noise, I guess. And I do some work with it, or how Uber as well. So I play it while I'm Ubering too. So you know, I know.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of my first segment. I got just to warm up so people can get a feel where you coming from, whatnot, and hopefully they got a good feel, the next one is called the back issues. Being in comics, all about the back issues and whatnot. And yep, so if people who don't know, a back issue is what you go to learn about a character's origin story. So if you want to know about Spawn, you go to his back issues, learn more about his origin story. So in this segment, we're going to jump into your back issue so we know more about your origin story.
Yeah.
All right. So my first question is, where are you from and what do you call your hood?
I'm from Michigan. We don't really call it anything,
What part of Michigan?
Yeah, like, man, I don't like giving out locations, but like we don't have a special name for it like you guys have.
Oh, okay.
A name for it where you guys are.
Okay. You been out there your whole life?
Not my whole life. We moved around, but yeah.
Okay. Military?
Nah, it was just move a lot, but we're done moving.
Okay. I hear that. Hey, you like it up there? You like it up there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, how's it? Y'all got snow?
Especially when it gets warm.
Oh, but I about to ask you about the snow. I say, is it snowing up there still for y'all, or you done chill out?
A little bit. Like, you never know with Michigan, because, like, sometimes it'll snow, sometimes it'll be warm, like, when you least expect it. So, but the past few days we've been getting some good weather, but now it's a little bit cold.
No.
But not too cold for today.
Oh, man.
So, it comes and goes in Michigan.
Oh, man. All right. You like music?
Oh, yeah, I love music.
All right, so what was your first music encounter that made you say, like, man, I really love this stuff? Like, what songs or artists really, like, got you hooked?
Let's see. I remember when I was younger, they came out with these CDs for Christian rappers called, like, Hip Hop. And that was probably my first encounter with, like, really knowing the artist names and all that. So I learned like who Chris was, who Toby Mac was, and I really started to like rap music like that.
Okay, cool. You still listen to them now, or you don't evolve?
I kind of evolved to other things.
Mm-hmm. All right, what was your first comic book or comic related TV show that got you into comics?
Oh, that was the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire. That was like I think still my favorite Spider-Man movie.
Okay.
But once I watched that, I became really interested in all like superheroes and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And I got like Marvel encyclopedias.
Oh.
So after Spider-Man 2001, that's when I really became hooked.
Okay. Okay. What was your first comic that you started reading after the encyclopedias?
Marvel Adventures Spider-Man. I love that.
Okay, so you went straight to
It's
Spider-Man.
kind of what inspired me. Yeah, it's kind of what inspired my comic as well, and that's why my comic is called Adventures of
Clarity Girl.
Clarity Girl.
Okay. Okay.
As we see a lot of her adventures, it's like one shots before, it really gets into something super serious.
Okay. Well, the Spider-Man books like a collection of one shots too, just like your book.
Yeah, so the adventures of Spider-Man were like they were mainly for the younger kids at that time,
Mm-hmm.
but I still enjoyed them. So like they were leading up to something, but they were still like you can just read the comic without having to know the previous comic and all that.
Okay. Okay.
So it was a very fun, reader-friendly book.
Okay. Cool. 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 All right. So when did you find out that you was a blurred?
Um, I don't know. Like as soon as I started liking, as soon as I learned the term, now I'm like, oh, I guess I am one.
All right. Well, in that case, when did you find out you're a nerd then?
As soon as I started reading the Marvel encyclopedia.
Oh, as soon as that's when you found out, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. That's what's up. Did you did you just get that one? 'Cause I know they come out every so often. Did you start collecting them as well?
I got I started off getting the Spider-Man one, then the Ghost Rider one, and I think it was Fantastic Four.
Oh, okay.
So they had a couple of them before I got like the big Marvel one.
Oh,
Like, you used to be able to get them at Sam's Club.
they still
I
still do it. They still have it, Sam. They
really?
had one. Well, the one here doesn't have it right now, but during the summer or the winter, no, well, the fall or winter last year, they was on the shelf.
Yeah, I forget that Sam's Club has like a selection of
They got
books.
manga now too.
Oh,
They got
nice.
Attack on Titan. They got Demon Slayer and My Hero, the one I down here. Yep, yep, yep.
Every time I try to go to like a Books a Million to get manga, they always sell out of the volume one. So like, I barely get into manga because I can't start from volume one.
Yeah. I hear you on that, man. We gonna get into that, in my next segment too, though. But
Yeah,
we go straight to it. So that was in that segment. That was some of your origin stories. You find out when you where you from and your music taste, and what comics brought you into the comic world. So
yeah,
the next segment is called the hotkeys, and this one is a
yeah,
double-sided, meaning. So in music, DJs, they got hotkeys on their turntables that will trigger a certain song or a certain point of a
yeah,
song. When he's DJing the club, whatever. So it could be 12:45, and he want to drop some Young Jeezy down, and get everybody live. So there's stuff like that. But also in comics,
yeah,
hotkeys are like key issues where like characters they first appearances or writers jump on a project or new artists on the project as well, or key events that become movies, and you want to collect that
yeah,
issue and frame it up and get it graded. So
yeah,
this segment is a questions that what you want people to know about you specifically. You want them to take that away from this interview with them. Like, okay, this guy really was about this, that, and third. So these questions is going to showcase that. So are you ready?
yeah, yeah.
All right. So let's go straight into the manga stuff. So how do you feel the difference between manga versus Western comics. You know, you previously just said, you know, it's hard for you getting a manga because it's hard for you to get to issue 1. But you know, some manga readers, they'll say the same thing about comics. They can't get into comics because they don't know where to start from. So in general, how do you
Yeah.
feel about the whole manga versus comics thing, or getting into each one? Either way, you know.
Yeah, like I feel like manga is a little bit better off, but not because of reasons everyone says it is. It's like I was saying, it's still hard to get into manga because like all the volume ones get sold out and you can barely get them on the site. But I think what manga does better than American comics, even though I love American comics, is that they have better action, better storytelling, and they distribute them in a way that is more accustomed to younger people. I'll be like binge watching things.
Yeah.
So I think that's where manga really shines. But at the same time, I think uh, American comics is easy to get into. It, is probably easier to get into. It's like if I like Wonder Woman, I don't have to go from like when she was first created. I can go to Dead Earth. I can go to a girl Simone run. I don't have to read just volume 1 from whenever she was made.
Yeah, I feel the same way about comics too. Like, okay, manga's cool, but it's only cool if you go on to get the popular books. Like you go, I was gonna say, okay, you want to go start getting the manga, right? You go to Barnes and Noble, and you go to the manga section, and you're gonna be so overwhelmed because it's so much stuff, and you will see the titles, like One Piece, Dragon Ball, Bleach. You see that stuff, but you see so much other stuff too that got volume 1 through 20. So is that good stuff too? What do you pick? What's the good stuff? How do you
Yeah,
branch off versus comics? It's all superheroes, so or whatever, detective stories, horror court stories, whatever. But
yeah,
what it is, like like you just know, okay, this is, you get the book, you read the back of it. Oh, this is about that. Let me get that. And same thing you said about
yeah,
superheroes. If you start with volume 27 of Superman, issue 1, that first issue will give you a little brief backstory of Superman real quick, so you won't have to go back and
yeah,
read all the issues. So it might start at a random
yeah,
spot, but you get the little synopsis real quick. Boom, he came from outer space. He allergic to kryptonite. He's super strong, can fly. Cool,
yeah,
boom.
yeah. Another thing is like sometimes there's better versions of the characters written by other writers. So like I always thought Batman was like okay, but it wasn't until I read Batman Earth One that I really started to like Batman. So like that's another thing that is an advantage that other people see is a disadvantage to Western comics.
Yeah. I feel the same thing about Superman. I never was a Superman fan. I just feel like he was just like OP. But like the
Yeah,
show, growing up, you seen the show, like he seemed cool, but you read the book and he's doing all kind of crazy stuff. But when Rebirth, I think Rebirth Superman, that's when I started reading him. I was like, oh, I enjoy him because
yeah,
they
I
had
like Rebirth.
him like year 1 type of Superman type deal. Then they had the grown version from the back in the day, and they coexisted, and it showed the parallels and how vulnerable he was and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, okay, that's a dope character.
Yeah,
Even though people talk crap about Brian Michael Bendis, he's one of my favorite writers, and I was excited for him to
oh yeah, he's good.
jump on Superman too. But even though people hate what he did with John, I hate it too. But story wise, it was good. How it happened. He got aged up.
Yeah,
He really, went back and brought back some old Superman characters. He made Lois Lane become a reporter again. So it was good.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
would like older John Superman if they didn't have Super Sons because I really love Super
Oh
Sons
yeah, I got
and
all the volumes of
that's
that.
yeah. Like if they didn't come out with that, I would like older John a lot more.
I don't know if you currently read it or not, but it looks like they're trying to wing Tim Drake and Jonathan to be like the I guess the teenage versions of Super Sons. They're doing a lot of team ups.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
yeah.
doing a lot of team ups now. So
Yeah.
yeah, hopefully. But
Mm.
yeah, that's the only thing about manga. And like even I've been posting different comic book pages on my page. You know, just stuff out of context that people might seem funny or some good information.
Uh,
And with manga, you can't do that. You can't just pull a random page from a manga and share it. It won't make sense. But comics, I can
yeah.
pull. I think that like I pulled a page from Titans United of everybody's flying in the air for some reason, and Nightwing punches a little girl. No, Nightwing he throws a little girl, in the air and tells everybody go
That
save
was
her.
hilarious.
Yeah, so like you can do that with comics. You know, you see the characters,
Yeah.
you know they ain't supposed to be doing whatever they're doing, and it's funny or it's crazy. But if I do that with Naruto, I
Yeah.
just pull a page out and show everybody, be like, oh, okay, they're standing there looking at each other, one's powering up, and so what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. This one I pulled from your recent Facebook post. So
Oh, yeah.
how do you feel about video marketing in comics? I know you recently said you like doing podcasts and whatnot, but you don't like doing TikTok videos. But they're all video formats, and it seems like it's kind of needed in the comic book social media world now to do video form marketing versus, I guess having a physical book. So how do you feel about this
Yeah.
video style marketing in comics?
I like I like making trailers and stuff and like that
Mm-hmm.
form of video marketing and like talking to you like with podcasts and all that, but like I'm not into like all the loud TikTok high retention videos that like plaster
Mm-hmm.
the text all over the screen. Like some people are good with that, but I feel like it, and in my mind, it's almost like talking down to your audience. I guess
Oh, okay.
some people love it, but I'm just not a fan of it.
Yeah. And I also saw that you say you're not into the TikTok thing. So
No, I don't like TikTok.
do you watch YouTube though?
Sometimes, but like if I watch YouTube, it's like honest trailers, cinema sins, that kind of stuff. So I'm not like into like the TikTok type of YouTube.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay.
Mm.
All right. How has life been different being part of Concrete Comics versus if you were solo or whoever you was with previously?
It's great. Like I feel I'm more of a community with concrete, and like it's cool getting to support each other. Also, it's nice knowing that the comics I'm creating now and are gonna go to a wider audience to that like their comics.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of get to get into that kind of cheerleader effect in a way,
Yeah.
I guess you can call it. And Lonzo is a really great leader as well. So
Okay.
yeah, I love being in concrete.
How did that collaboration come on board?
Well, like I think was it a year or two ago we were talking because I did a Comic Con and I was doing good, but I just didn't feel like I was doing well enough. So I'm like, well, if I go to a publisher, that's probably gonna help more. And me and Lonzo have been friends for a long time, so I contacted him, and he's a big fan of Bassforce and more of a fan of another character I made. So we've been talking about joining Concrete, and that's kind of how it came to be.
Okay, okay, okay. Um, Speaking of your other comics, I believe I read Base Force. I believe I read that one. But Clarity Girl, you sent me that one. Let me pull it up real quick. You sent me that one, and one thing I know about that one, she has powers similar to the View, but like she can create objects and whatnot. So let's talk about the
Yeah.
comics since I got it up right now. Like, who is Clarity Girl?
Clarity Girl is a girl named Clara, who was a sick little girl, and in her sickness she got a cure that gave her the ability to live, but also the ability to create light constructs and fly. And her powers are a little bit inconsistent, so she also knows how to fight and whatnot. So she's more of like a celebrity type superhero in a way.
Oh,
Because she
is
became a superhero at a young age.
it's like, well, I see she don't have a mask and nothing on, so is her identity like known in her universe?
Yeah, her identity is known, so she sees herself more as a celebrity or like an athlete, unless she's
Hmm.
a superhero in some ways. But she still loves being a superhero.
Okay, okay. And what I'm previewing for everybody right now is that the first issue I guess you put out, or you have more than one?
Yeah, that's the first issue. It touches on her origin and like her first real nemesis. You're gonna get that as an add-on with my new 30 Girl campaign.
No way, okay.
So
Um, and we talked previously how your this issue right here has like four different stories as well as four different art styles. So does all the stories work with each other, or they all standalone stories?
oh, standalone stories. Like I have a lot of ideas for 30 Girl.
Mm-hmm.
So I was creating it. I wasn't really thinking of page count at the time. So I did one short story with Chuck Penu being the editor, and then I did like that story with another editor, and I really wanted to this uh, first issue or like one shot to really encapsulate what I wanted people to know about Clary Girl. So like with this issue, we find out who she is and how she came to be.
Okay, okay. And are you an artist as well?
Yeah, I'm an artist, but I like to hire other people, commission other artists to draw my comics. So
Okay.
these pages you're showing right now are from Mario Illuminati,
Mm-hmm.
and the
Um.
previous pages that were colorful were Seth the Moose.
Okay. And you know, each short story is vastly different. You know, I guess people can see me skimming through real fast. So I don't want to spoil your book for people who might want to purchase, but just these
Right.
two stories. I might be in the third story now. I'm not sure, but just these two stories, the artwork's very different from each other. So, are you still testing grounds, or how you how you wanted it to look, or what's the difference between the art style changes? What why are you going that direction?
I usually choose like different art styles for the different tones of the story. It's like if you'll notice in like Batman comics or Superman comics, they don't all look the same.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of go from artist to artist.
Yeah.
So for like this comic, I wanted uh the beginning story to be less serious and more playful, and then for the second story, I wanted it to be more serious and give off manga vibes.
Okay. Um, and for in your series, well, your universe, I guess, Base Force and Clarity Girl, um, I believe they're in the same universe, correct?
Yeah.
So, I don't have anything about Base Force up there, but tell people about Base Force as well while I get your Kickstarter up.
Yeah, so Bass Horse is the son of the original Bass Horse and Shovel Fury. So he's a legacy character. He's a legacy superhero named Greg, and like his parents died when he was young, and he doesn't really like superheroes and all that because of his parents. But later in life, he decides that superheroes are needed, so he kind of reclaims his right to be Bass Horse,
Okay.
and you know him and Clary Girl know each other, and at a certain point when he comes back, it's kind of like a learning curve.
Oh, okay. Is she nah, it's Base Force, so was Claire the Girl, active while Base Force wasn't, or they became active at the same time?
They became active at the same time, but he kind of like backed off a little bit after a certain point, like took a hiatus from doing all that. But while he was gone, she got better and better. It became like a very revered superhero.
Okay, okay. All right. Well, I got your Kickstarter up now. That's currently going on. So, anybody want to back it? Go ahead and hit Kickstarter. He got a couple more days left. Let's see. Are you funded yet? You're close to being funded. I remember you making a post. Yeah, he's a little shy of being
I'm very
funded.
close.
Yeah, little shy, but hopefully,
Yeah.
yeah, he crossed that board. But this Kickstarter is a collaboration Kickstarter between you and 3 other creators or 4 other creators?
2 other creators.
2 other. Okay.
Yeah, so I have Charlie McEvely of Spider-Squirrel on it, and I have Isaiah Massey of Ms Makeshift on it. So it's like a pretty nice crossover event.
Okay. So it's based on a one-shot story, I guess.
Yeah. And then there's also going to be like a bonus story at the back too.
Okay, okay. In a previous interview, I heard why you chose to be a comic book expo that Kickstarter takes place on. But
Yeah.
maybe you're doing it, maybe all y'all doing it or not. But I thought this was going to be a Kickstarter y'all would be doing at conventions. Are y'all going that route? Are y'all like making this a convention Kickstarter while y'all at conventions? Is that a marketing route y'all going to?
Nah, we're just going to have them be at a Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, like, we will take it to Comic-Cons assuming it's funded.
Okay.
But I just love, like, the whole environment of Comic-Con. So I wanted to put that in this one shot, and it also ties into the story. And, like, another reason we wanted to do it is it's something really good to have at a Comic-Con, because then random people can buy it and now know more about our characters.
Okay.
So it's kind of like where our headspace was at.
Okay. I know you're from Michigan. Isaiah's from Georgia or whatever. What is the spider? Not spider. This squirrel guy from?
I'm not sure, honestly.
Okay. Because my question was like, besides, social media, how did this collaboration come about? Because like three different creators, 3 different projects. I say they're all different from more or less. Besides, they've been superhero books. Yours, different styles or whatnot. Isaiah's being more like manga, I guess. Then Spider-Squirrel being more, traditional, I guess, Western comics. So how y'all start this collaboration?
Well, like I was a friend of Charlie McEvely for a while. I really liked his book Spider-Squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was getting when I was almost coming out with the Clay Girl you showed previously, afterwards I talked to him. I'm like, I think my character and your character would really like each other, and kind of basically just offered up a collaboration with him. So we started going back and forth with scripts and whatnot. And after a while, I was like, I think this needs a third person to really make this truly special and even more fun. And that's when I thought of Isaiah Massey.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I wanted to do a crossover where all of us can have a book we can point to after people get done with this book.
Okay. So essentially, it will branch off to each one of y'all books and I guess shine more lights, huh?
Yeah. So like if you're fans of all three of these characters, I think you're really gonna enjoy it as well. So it's not just for like newer fans, but it's also for fans of the comics as well.
Okay, okay. Who did the artwork for the initial
The
book
art
for the interior version of the book?
for the interior art, Sharon Shiro Gothier, they did the interior work there, and I had Sharon do like a lineup of all my characters in the same kind of style. And all three of us agreed on that style for the book, so that's what we went with.
Yeah, Lori Foster. Yeah, I think she's my Facebook friend. I think one of my books was on her campaign, and she was your editor.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, you had
and
some good names on this campaign.
yeah, and Eric is the letterer too.
Yeah. That's dope. That's real dope. It you got some variant covers there as well. I see you did one of them, and
Yeah,
you got a couple other guys on there.
yeah. One of the variant covers is actually from Edwin Gallman, who's the variant cover artist for. I mean, yeah, he was a cover artist for DC and Milestone.
Hmm.
He did the cover for Cyborg issue 1 that everyone's talking about.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I believe that's on my pull list too. So I'm waiting for that book as well.
Yeah.
Um, what made this campaign different from ones you did before versus ones you did with these creators?
I think what makes this one different is that let me try to think for a sec. I think what makes this one different is that it has a clear focus and message of celebrating the Comic Con scene, comics, and superheroes in general. So it's more of like a love letter to Comic Cons and comics and all that. So at the same time of having a fun story that has all three of these characters working together, also has a subplot kind of bringing people into the world of comic book creating as well.
Okay.
So that's one thing I haven't pushed that much with my writing subplots, but with writers Isaiah and Charlie, we really nailed down the subplot. So all three of these elements in the story are weaving together.
Okay. Um, I don't know if it's a spoiler for that book or whatever, but I guess the villain of the story is that villain from your world or the villain that all three y'all made up?
It's a villain that all three of us made up. We
Okay.
kind of went back and forth with designs and whatnot. At first, I was gonna call him like Comic Gator or something like that, but like we kind of decided that was a little bit too political, so we went with another character I've been kind of designing for a little bit, but then we kind of worked on them together to make him what he is in the book.
Okay, okay. Um, it is your first collaboration. Have you done collaboration with Concrete yet, or anybody previously before this?
Nah, so this is like my first like big official collaboration.
Okay.
Even though I'll be started working with Concrete a little bit more, even though I am working with like the Concrete editor, but this is the first time doing like three writers and one like comic like a writer's room.
Okay, 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 okay. That's dope, man. That's dope.
Mm.
So after this Kickstarter and you get funded and y'all get it done, what's your next step? Like, you putting out more Base Force book, Clarity Girl? Like, what's next for you after this?
So like Base Force is gonna be published by Concrete, so they're gonna handle like the Kickstarter stuff, and I'll be dropping like some more Base Force stuff with them, like even more stuff than what people are already seen. But then my plans for Clarity Girl is there's gonna be one more crossover where what makes this crossover different, new crossover different than this one is it's gonna be more serious and more for older audiences. But after that Kickstarter is done for the other crossover, next year I plan to make like a ultimate edition, like a nice size book, a Clarity Girl with like one more story that really goes deep into her lore and seriousness of her. So that's kind of like my plans for Clarity Girl there in Bassforce.
Okay. That's dope, man. That's dope. So that's the end for that segment, man. I got one last segment for you. I'm gonna hit you with one question. This kind of like a question. They will ask for a Nobel Peace Prize, something like that. But the segment is called "Digging in the Crates," and this is another double-sided, term. Comic book readers, they know all about digging the crates. Find that classic issues. You find that old Adventures of Spider-Man comics from back in the day you read. You want to collect them. As well as music lovers, they dig in the crates too to find vinyl and CDs, from back in the day. They want to, sample or listen to, they can't have everything digital. So we've been digging in crates like on your brain and, find, something, deep in there, that I want to bring out. And with that, if you had to throw one of your characters, pick one, into a universe that's already, established in animated or live action. So, that's like, the DC live action stuff or animated or the Marvel stuff, or Invincible, the Amazon stuff or, or some stuff on, Adult Swim or whatever. What universe you'll put your characters in?
I don't know. It'd be cool if Bassforce was in like the Milestone universe, hanging out with Static.
Milestone, okay.
That'd be cool.
All right. Would you like that to be animated or you want to be live action?
I like animated more for like superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
Like at this point, after seeing Into the Spider-Verse, I'm like, I want all the superhero stuff to be animated at this point.
Okay. See, but what level of animation would it be? Like more of like well, you already said Into the Spider-Verse, but like I guess the word I'm looking for is like the grit level. Would it be more like Invincible level, or be more like I don't know I don't know, Steven Universe. I don't know. Like what level would you put your book in, your project, I guess.
For Bassforce, I would like it to be like the Invincible style of animation, but like if Clarity Girl got animated, I wouldn't mind it being like a Adult Swim kind of animation.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can imagine her being like funnier than him.
Okay. Hey, you seen they recently put Superman on Adult Swim or a trailer drop for it, so I'm
I can't wait for that.
Yeah,
that's gonna be so cool.
Yeah, I was wondering how that's gonna go because, like I said before, you back in the day, Superman's all serious and one dimensional. So I'm thinking of like he being on Adult Swim, and you got the laughing part, you got the more comical side of it, more of Clark Kent doing like little goofy stuff,
Yeah.
Because it's hard to dumb down Superman, because if he has the power for anything, like I know one thing I seen that he had the power, he can shoot many Supermans out his eyes. Like crazy stuff like that. Like, yeah, he can do anything, man.
Have you seen Primal?
I haven't.
Oh, that was really good. Like it was on Adult Swim.
Mm-hmm.
It was by the same guy who did Samurai Jack.
You know what?
It's like watching a movie.
Yeah, I think I started to watch it, but I stopped. But I definitely, you made me remember to go back and watch it. But yeah, they got another project coming out too. It looks like it's more like Magic Realm looking stuff.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, man. that guy's a dope creator. He makes good projects. I really enjoy his stuff.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Well, that's it. That's all I got, man.
Okay.
Hopefully, people enjoyed this and like, stuff you said, you brought up and like, the things that you talked about and Clarity Girl and Bassforce and they go support this Kickstarter. If they listen to this or watching this after, your campaign's over, where can they follow you or support you at to get more of your projects?
Most of my stuff is gonna be through Concrete Comics, so just follow Concrete Comics on just search them online. I'll also be you can follow my stuff on Facebook by just searching like Clarity Girl or Bassforce. And then you can find my art on Instagram at Chris_draw stuff17.
All right. Cool, man. Yeah, thanks for coming on, man. Really enjoyed it, man. Hopefully, you get
thanks for having me.
more in your Kickstarter past your goals, so you can do more some stretch goals if you got them on there, man. And you continue on,
I'm open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all right, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem.
Yo, once again, if you didn't make it or whatever though, but we're here. We still did interview. We did good, man. Y'all make sure y'all check out Chris. New Kickstarter he got with his collaboration with the other creators he got on there, for his Comic-Con book. And make sure you support him on all his books and check him out on Concrete Comics website as well. And support everything Concrete Comics got out too. And be sure y'all follow us on social media at Chill in the Green Box. And you want to read some of the Views comic books, even though he didn't show up. Go to LegacyView.com and follow him on his journeys at LegacyView on all social media. And you can follow me at Specks706.